Okay, we'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Uta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan तं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे इसी के अंदर विका गिरिधारीश्वर महाप्रभु की जय लक्ष्मण नरसिंह भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज जी की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय निताय जय प्रेमानंद हरि हरि जय so welcome all of you for today's weekly session. Thank you all for joining. I will share my screen for Loka 3.25, which will start today. Okay, so reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3, sloka number 25. Repeat after me. सक्ताः कर्मणि अविद्वांसो सक्ताः कर्मणि अविद्वांसो
ततः कर्मणि अभिधानसु
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः कुर्याद् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोको संग्रहम् चिकीर्षुर्लोक संग्रहम् Thank you. Sakta means being attached. Karmani means prescribed duties.
है ना थर्ड वॉल्यूम
अविद्वांसः
एक
please mute yourself.
प्रभु जी कैन यू टॉक लिटिल बिट लाउडर वॉल्यूम
It is audible now?
यस
Okay. Avidvamsah, the ignorant, yatha, as much as, kurvanti, they do, Bharata, or descendant of Bharat, Kuryat must do, Vidwan, the learned, Tatha, thus, Asaktaha, without attachment, Tikir Shuhu, desiring to lead, Loka, Sangraham, the people in general. So, can you repeat the translation? As the ignorant perform their duties
as the ignorant perform their duties
with attachment to results,
with attachment to results,
the learned may similarly act,
the learned may similarly act,
but without attachment
but without attachment
for the sake of leading people on the right path.
for the sake
For the sake of leading people on the right path.
Purport. It is small one. Anyone who would like to volunteer?
Hare Krishna Prabhu
Sachin,
ji, can I?
maybe no. Sachin Prabhu, can you read? Sachin Prabhu.
Can I read, Prabhu?
देवानंद, हाँ हाँ, पढ़ो पढ़ो।
Yes, Prabhu. So, person in Krishna consciousness, and a person not in Krishna consciousness are differ, differentiated by different desires. A Krishna consciousness person does not do anything which is not conducive to
Conducive.
conducive to development of Krishna consciousness. He may even act exactly like the ignorant person who is too much attached to the material activities, but one is engaged in such activity for the satisfaction of his sense gratification, whereas the other is engaged for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, the Krishna conscious person is required to show the people how to act and how to engage the results of action for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू प्रभु। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। It is very small translation purport, so I request quickly devotees go through and share points, and then we'll start immediately. So 3.25. There are some basic fundamental understanding here. So if you can find out what is that, then it will be very nice. But still, share your points. Yeah, they have sent in the chat box. As per my understanding, Prabhu, Krishna person does nothing. What will I get from this world? But the thing is, how can my life bring closer to Krishna? That's a घुमा के दिया आपने. This is good. And benefit to others, so people can learn. The approach is what I can do for Krishna. Okay, good. Thank you, Devanand Prabhu. Rahul. PSC person is always engaged in satisfaction of only Krishna. Yes, yes. Very nice. Thank you. Nice point. Okay, I hope everyone is done with the points. We understood. So, a question I have. So, there are two categories of people you have mentioned, right? One is doing activity attached to the results, and one is doing the same activities but without attachment to the results. Now, in this terminology of our Vedic scriptures, what we can name these people? The first category will be what? I understood Karishma Mataji mentioned Avidwan and Vidwan, but any better names that we can give?
Karmis,
I
Prabhu.
have some.
Karmis?
Very close, very, very close.
Pious persons who are only engaged in charity.
ज्ञानी and अज्ञानी. हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
ज्ञानी अज्ञान is means ठीक है, आप लोगों का सब आंसर सिमिलर है, मैंने
Mode
correct,
of
but
goodness.
it is KK and KY. What is KK and KY? Huh? Karma Kandis and
Kanda.
Karma Yogis.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you are about to answer correctly, Karishma Mataji. Thank you. So this can be divided into. Yes, Prabhu.
Karma Kandis and another one.
Karma Yogis, KY. Okay. So Karma Kandis are those. See, we should understand these people are Karma Kandis are better than people who do not have any goal in life. So they are breaking all the principles. They are doing everything against the scriptures. But Karma Kandis are not like that. Karma Kandis are someone who do karma having faith, unflinching faith that this will give me result and I will be able to enjoy these results. These results could be in this life, in the name of good family, prosperity, and things and all. It could be also goals like going to higher planets, heavenly planets, even after leaving this body, going to Swarga Loka, enjoying a bigger opulence, higher opulence, ठीक है ना? तो कर्म कांडी जो है वो उनका गोल ऐसा रहता है, उनका गोल है लाइफ में कि उनको हेवनली प्लेनेट जाना है, स्वर्गलोक जाना है, या उनका गोल है कि इसी लाइफ में मुझे और ज्यादा से ज्यादा मुझे फेमस बनना है या जो पावरफुल बनना है, जो भी प्रॉस्पेरिटी उनके घर पे लाना है। तो these are one kind of people, karma kandis. They are very attached to results. So anyone in your circle of people in office and anywhere you see, they are mostly into this category. They put lot of hard work, lot of. They might be going to gym, they might be going practicing some sessions, they might be top leaders in society. They can be karma kandis until and unless they are not breaking some principles. Okay, if they're breaking, then they're mixed, like karma kandis plus something lower also. Okay. Now the other category whose actions look very similar, like the karma kandis, but they are karma yogis. The only difference is in they also have a goal. The goal is to please Krishna, as you said. Basically, we can say the goal is to come out of the material world and go to spiritual world. They are not targeting any heavenly planet. They are not targeting any very high level of prosperity in this life. They might be having a very simple living. And they're also working hard. But the goal is to please Krishna and go back to spiritual world. But they are also too much entangled in karma. So they are doing lot of actions, lot of activities, but offering it to Krishna. So this sloka is speaking about these two people. And who is the winner? Karma yogis are the winners here. Because karma yogis are teaching that you may not have to stop doing any action and still by doing actions, you need not have to do it for yourself. You can do it for the Lord, and that shows that you are not attached to the results. You are detached from the results, but you have an attachment to Krishna, and still you can go up in the spiritual ladder by doing actions also. Why am I telling this? I will tell you the reason behind this. Normally, people who go in the spiritual path, people outside understand that they don't do any actions. That हम अगर spiritual path में जाएंगे तो हम actions नहीं कर पाएंगे. We cannot do any activity. If we're doing any activity, then we are materialistic people. But people can can be having materialistic actions from the outside. It can look like that. Similar actions, not materialistic actions, similar actions. But the mindset is spiritual. And that is what you will see is attracting people in today's time to come to ISKCON or to accept spiritual life. If there are no karma yogis in the society, you tell me how many people will come to accept a spiritual path? No one will, or very few. What is the other path, you know? The other path is the path of sannyasis and brahmacharis, where their actions are very different than the actions of a grihastha. The grihastha mostly fall into the category of karma yogis because they do very similar actions as compared to the people in the outside world. Exactly similar actions, but the intentions are different. And that makes them very special. That makes them leaders in the society. That makes them exemplary in the society. Exemplary to whom? Exemplary to the karma kandis. Don't think that sannyasis and brahmacharis are exemplary. They are exemplary to outside world, but exemplary so much that they feel ki it is not our cup of tea. So they give a lot of respect to sannyasis and brahmacharis, but they think it is not our cup of tea. We cannot do that. But they feel attacked. They don't feel attacked by brahmacharis and sannyasis. They feel ki we cannot do that. But they feel attacked. They feel intimidated when karma yogis come into picture. Arey, these people exactly look like us. They do everything what we do, but still they are very different. And that surprises them. And then they start, okay, let me do also. They have also kids. I also have kids. Their kids are studying in the same school as me. His job is almost similar. He also has a car. He has also has a bungalow. He also goes outside. They also eat so much. They also cook nicely. They also enjoy with family, relatives, and everyone. So that attracts a karma kandi. So that means, I will tell you, Prabhupada used to, Prabhupada or Guru Maharaj, I don't exactly remember. They appreciated Grihasthas a lot, saying that these are our hidden bullets who will bring everyone into Krishna consciousness. Because normally people get attracted by similar actions who are, they feel that they're like-minded. Actually, they are not. And even the leaders in Krishna consciousness in Grihasthas, they play also that card that yes, we are like you. And still, same, but different. So our actions are similar, but our intentions are different. So we want you to purify your intentions like us. So let us come together to purify our intentions, where we do not get attached to the results, but we get attached to Krishna and automatically get attached to the results. So out of the four ashramas, Brahmachari, Sannyasi, Vanaprastha, and Grihastha, maximum Karma Yogis, 99.9% are in this Grihastha ashram. Other ashrams, they have a different set of duties, prescribed duties, which are not in similar to the people of outside world. Till this point, it is clear to everyone what we are discussing. Difference between KK and KY. So be proud of what we are, okay? Because the goal of a Grihastha ashram is to, what is the goal? Can anyone of you tell? What is the goal of entering a Grihastha ashram?
Purification, Prabhu.
Purification,
Attract
okay?
more people to come into Krishna consciousness.
To
To attract
bring
more
more
people.
people to the Krishna consciousness.
Karmani.
Sorry?
Karmani.
Karman. Sorry?
Karmani.
Karmani. Means I didn't get it. क्या है मैं समझ नहीं पाया
गृहस्थ आश्रम में कर्म कर सकती हूँ लेकिन उसमें आसक्त तो नहीं होना है कृष्ण भक्त जो
अच्छा
होता है
कर्म करेंगे लेकिन आसक्त नहीं होगा ओके ठीक है
आसक्त
वो
नहीं
गोल
होगा
है नहीं गोल क्या है वो तो वैसे वो काम करेगा उसका प्रोसीजर है वो गोल क्या है गृहस्थ आश्रम में एंटर करने का गोल क्या है सम पीपल सेड कि इट इज टू अट्रैक्ट मोर एंड मोर पीपल सम सेड इट इज टू प्यूरिफाई ऑल आर करेक्ट दीज आर ऑल करेक्ट पॉइंट्स
Krishna consciousness child.
कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस
Children.
चाइल्ड हाँ ओके ओह गुड पॉइंट so all these are very valid points okay Chaitanya Prabhu thank you any other thing
To show that Krishna consciousness is possible in normal life.
Oh, wow, very nice point. Krishna consciousness is also possible in a normal setup like others. Yeah, very nice. So all of you are very right. Basically, the goal of any entering into Grihastha ashram is to, as all of you said, okay, purify, ठीक है ना? And to bring more people means it is not like bringing more people directly by your own example. You have a facility and opportunity to attract many by your own example. So basically, Grihasthas means they should be leaders. But Grihasthas should follow whom?
Sannyasis and brahmacharis.
Exactly. So what is the role of sannyasis and brahmacharis? Their austerity is a benchmark for the Grihasthas. So the Grihasthas will understand that I may not be able to match the level of austerity as a brahmachari, the level of austerity as a sannyasi. I may not be able to match, but my target is to get that. My target is to bring that austerity in me. When? When they enter Vanaprastha. By practicing slowly, there should be a time when they enter Vanaprastha. They give up this Grihastha ashram. Now they have already set an example in the society that how you can work, you can act, you can do actions without getting attached to the results. It looks very similar, but the results are magnanimous. The results are all spiritual credits. And the result is also that now I am ready to take Banaprastha ashram because I'm ready to take the next set of austerities. What? Because these three ashrams are life of austerity. Brahmachari, Sannyas, and Vanaprastha. They are full of austerities. So the benchmark in the society is done by sannyasis and brahmacharis, and the leading part to attract the other masses is done by the grihasthas. Mostly in general. It's not like brahmachari and sannyasis cannot lead. Definitely they are in the leading positions, and the grihasthas get attracted by that. I mean to say the karma kandis get attracted by similar set of actions. So that is the reason. So we as grihasthas are very much responsible that we become leaders in the society. Our actions should be exemplary. That will bring a Vaishnava cultural revolution in the entire planet. We can say like that. So if we want to bring a Vaishnava cultural revolution, it is our responsibility only. Today only I was hearing from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, and Maharaj was sharing this point that that how exemplary a leader should be. A life of a Vaishnava, he was sharing this point. A life of a Vaishnava is like a white paper. A life of a Vaishnava is like a white paper, and the etiquette and the quality and the behavior and the character of a Vaishnava should be so pure, irrespective of he is a Grihastha or a Brahmachari or not. Doesn't matter. It should be so pure that there should not be any blemish. There should not be any spot on its character. Because a small dot on a white paper looks so big, looks so evident. So, as leaders, he was saying actually about leaders. He was saying that a leader in a Krishna conscious society should be very much careful of his actions, of his, exemplary nature, because people follow them. And he was giving an example of a person who was in US, who was from a different spiritual background. He was very famous in US. His name was uh, Bal Yogi, Bal Yogi Maharaj or something. They used to call him Bal Yogi Maharaj or some Guru Maharaj, like that they used to call. And this was in Prabhupada times. And he was very famous in the West, very famous. And he once came with his disciples to India. He was from Nepal, and he came from West to India for a short time. And while he came, by the custom team, the department in the airport, he was captured. Why? Because he was carrying some expensive items and he had not disclosed that. Maybe he was not much aware, or he was aware, and we don't know what was the theory or concept in the background. And he was confiscated, his items were confiscated, and everything was taken away from him. It became a very massive news at that point of time that completely deteriorated his reputation as a spiritual guru. And so that the items were also very expensive that was taken from him. And the Indian embassy, the Indian government, they seized his passport as well. So he could never travel back to West or anywhere. So his entire spiritual career was, whatever he made was gone. So a leader, specifically in the society today, who is a Krishna conscious society or a Vaishnava culture society, has to be very careful that a single mistake can entirely ruin the spiritual life that we are practicing. And many people whom we are bringing, they are the souls that we are bringing to Krishna consciousness or attracting them to Krishna consciousness, they all also will be affected. So we have to be very careful when we have considered ourselves as servant of Krishna, and considering our position only that we are always thinking and we are always concerned. Leader means always concerned about pleasing the Lord, always concerned how the Lord will be pleased, how my Guru will be pleased. They're always concerned. and their activities, their planning, and their strategies are always for that. So they should be always careful about their character. That Maharaj was mentioning. Why I brought this topic? Because again, today we're discussing that you all are examples in the society. You all are to set leadership qualities in the society that yes, you can practice Karma Yoga. You can practice bhakti through the initial steps of Karma Yoga. So you have to just don't change any actions because we don't say that you renunciate from everything. Our process, Krishna conscious process, is so beautiful that we say that you just mold that attachment to Krishna, removing yourself from the middle and keep Krishna in the center. So that is the beauty. And there is one more point I will tell you about work when it comes. This is the second part of discussion today. I will take 5 more minutes maybe. So first part is clear to everyone, right? Yes. Any questions on first part?
What is Vanaprastha, Prabhuji?
Vana prastha, vana means one means forest. Prastha means moving to forest. And moving to forest means moving to a more austere life. Grihastha life is more kind of a comfortable life. Means comfortable means you have means to get your comforts. You can have a car, you can have a bike, you can have a home, you can have how you like it to be. It is not anyway related to the austerities that are being followed in a ashram setup, in a temple, or in a place where saintly people stay together every day, day in and day out. So there the hardships and the austerities could be more, and they are subjected to observations at all times. A grihastha can have a freedom of having his own way and own way of arranging things and setup, still practicing Krishna consciousness, not breaking any regulatory principles and following the principles. So there is some comfort level. Vanaprastha is like going to more simpler life. So in practical times, today time we cannot go to forest. So in that house setup or in a ashram setup or in a community setup, where our cravings are only, as you mentioned in the rightly, only Krishna's, how much he will be pleased. That is the only need we have to bringing to that. You do not have the responsibilities of your children to make them something and take care of many things and sort many things running in your mind, and you have to earn, you have to do business to maintain the family. Those things are not there. So you are having some basic pension, savings or whatever, minimal life so that you can practice more bhakti. That is vanaprastha. It comes after the age of 50. It should ideally happen at that time when your kids are settled and you and your wife can together practice this. It's like that. Okay, any other questions someone has? Okay. If not, then the second part. Second part is about when this work, which looks similar. Many people say that work is worship, right? कर्म ही भगवान है कर्म करो बाकी सब भगवान देख लेंगे and all those things. Work without results, work with results. We have with attachment to results and without attachment to results. We discussed that today, KK and KY. But what exactly it means, to explain that, I will show you a sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is from canto number 3, chapter number 23, and sloka number 56. Okay. नेहायत कर्म धर्माय न विरागाय
Nehayat karma.
अच्छा okay, you have to repeat. Okay, please. नेहायत कर्म धर्माय
Nehayat karma dharmaya.
न विरागाय कल्पते
Na viragaya
Navigaya
kalpate.
kalpate.
न तीर्थ पद सेवाये
Na
Na
teta
tirtha
pada
pada
sevaye.
sevaye.
जीवान् अपि मृतो हि सः
Jivan
Jivan
api mrito
apito
hi saha.
desaha.
just mark the translation of this sloka. Your mind will be fully open at what exactly should be work. Okay, I will add the translation. So repeat. anyone whose work
Anyone whose work
is not meant to elevate him
Is
is
not
not meant
meant
to
to
elevate him
elevate
to
him
religious life,
to
to
religious
religious
life,
life.
anyone whose religious ritualistic performances
anyone whose
Anyone whose
religious
religious
ritualistic
ritualistic performances
performances
do not raise him to renunciation,
do not
do
raise
not
him to
raise him to
renunciation,
renunciation,
and anyone situated in renunciation
and
and
anyone
anyone
situated in
situated in
renunciation
renunciation
that doesn't lead him to devotional service
that
that
does
does
not lead
not
him to
lead him to
devotional
devotional
service
service
to the Supreme Personality of Godhead
to
to
the
the
Supreme
Supreme
Personality
Personality
of
of
Godhead
Godhead
must be considered dead although he is breathing.
must be
must be
considered dead
considered dead
though
although
he is breathing.
अगर इवन if आप जिंदा हो फिर भी आपको माना जाएगा कि आप मर गए हो. You are dead even if you are breathing. If whatever work anyone is doing, that should lead us to a religious life. Religious life means at least karma kandis. Anyone whose religious ritualistic performances, religious life यानी कि religious ritualistic performances, that should bring us to renunciation. And then renunciation is not mere renunciation. That renunciation should bring us to devotional service of the Lord. तो अल्टीमेटली अगर आप में भक्ति नहीं आ रहा है तो वो वैराग्य भी कोई काम का नहीं है, वो ज्ञान भी कोई काम का नहीं है, वो काम भी कोई काम का नहीं है, वो रिचुअलिस्टिक परफॉर्मेंसेस भी कोई काम का नहीं, वो धर्म. लोग कहते हैं कि मैं धर्म फॉलो करता हूँ, वो धर्म क्या है फॉलो करना जब तक आप भक्ति में नहीं आ पाते हो. वो कर्म क्या है जब तक आप भक्ति में नहीं आ पाते हो. और वो वैराग्य भी क्या है जब तक आप भक्ति में नहीं आ पाते हो. वो ज्ञान भी क्या है जब तक आप भक्ति में नहीं आ पाते हो. You should be considered yourself that you are dead even if you are breathing. The first one is karma, the second one is dharma, and third one is vairagya. You can add jnana also. So all these things are of no value until if it is not leading to devotional service. That is why we Prabhupada criticizes Mayavadis. They might be renunciated, they might be sannyasis, but they are not accepting devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. They are not accepting. So even they are dead, considered dead, although they are living a life of a sannyasi. So what to speak about other people in general? So when people say work is worship, if you are coming to bhakti through your work in the beginning, then yes, it is worship. That is called Karma Yoga. And if you are not doing, so whatever work you are doing, taking care of family, taking care of your duties, taking care of your own health, and all these things, that is required. But that is not everything, because that is not able to bring you to the path of devotional service. So this sloka is taught in the beginning of a session that is meant for that is from Mayapur Institute. Grihastha Krishna conscious Grihastha Ashram. What is that? So in the beginning, some principles are given. This is one of the principles, 7 principles. We can understand that how much people are in ignorance about the work they do. They are attached to the results. They are thinking their duties, everything, just by following everyone else. They are seeing until they see a devotee, until they see a Karma Yogi. So they are not inspired. And the Karma Yogi should be a very exemplary person in the society. All of you, all of us should be very exemplary. Like people come in our association and our association becomes infectious. They immediately get infected and they start feeling that are same actions, no attachment to results and getting different results, which is, yeah. I have a friend. I will just give you a story. I have a friend. He is from UP, from my office only. So he is very proactive. Okay. So last year actually, not last year, 2 years back, our company suffered through a very heavy loss in which all the employees were affected. and it was news was there that the company will close down. Some segments will close down, not the entire company. So he started searching internally, externally, I mean internally within the company and he struggled a lot for say, 5 6 months, and he finally got some internal job and he switched internally within the company. And I was like relaxed that he will see what will happen. I was busy in many favors and other things at that time, mostly struggling through my phase of when circle came onto me and I had to take up responsibilities and other things in home also. Kid was small and those things all came same time. So he was telling me, why are you not searching? You are completely lazy person, this that and all. I was like, okay, we'll see, we'll see. And then I only got one opportunity and I applied that. I didn't prepare anything much for that and I got that also. Okay. And I was thinking, I told all the answers which I was thinking after the interview that I didn't give all the right answers. But somehow they selected me and I switched. And he was like surprised, how did it happen and all? You didn't try much and you didn't prepare also. You didn't prepare your resume also. I said, see, it is not in my hand. I was telling you that time, Lord will take care. Lord took care. Okay. And now 1 year has passed. We both have switched. We are safe in the company. But still, there is a fear because a lot of work is given to him also and to me also. Today, he met me again. And he said me, last 1 week, he has been sharing with me that his manager has been very pathetic with him since the beginning of this year. And he's completely troubled and this and all. And what to do. And I was also having a similar manager who was troubling me a lot since the beginning of this year. Maybe that was a strategy of company. Okay. But luckily, this month, my manager put paper. Okay. And he is leaving. And everyone in the company, everyone in our team will be under him will be allocated to another new manager whom nobody knows. Only me is given to another manager who is the most sensitive and very good person in the entire department. Only my name was there, allocated there, and other names are all gone to some other manager. Maybe the other person is also good, who is joining. I don't know. But I had only good relationship with one person in the department, and I will be reporting to him. That news I got yesterday. So irrespective, so when I shared this to my friend, he was like, "यार तेरे साथ ऐसे क्यों हो जाता है यार?" I said, "See, that is the magic of you know that the Lord will handle." So if we are not, I am not able to do that much devotional service, but still Lord is helping in so many ways. You can think the people who are doing and really practicing Karma Yogis, really leadership positions they are having. Even many of you are not had be having similar stories like this. So how much the Lord would be helping? So there are things. So the actions look very similar. So I told him, he was chanting actually earlier. Now he stopped chanting because of the pressure of the manager. So I told him, leave office early, go home, chant. So now he said he will start chanting and all. Let's see what he does. So they get attracted कि भाई इसके साथ ऐसा हो गया तो मेरा क्यों नहीं होगा. So they will get attracted when. So we should be very much particular about things and set a good preset to everyone in the society. Okay. So these two topics I wanted to add today. One is the difference between KK and KY. And the second is about this translation from Bhagavatam where work has to lead to devotional service finally. And also the importance of grihasthas as leaders in the society. Okay. Any questions anyone has or any points to share?
Guruji, what is the difference between renunciation and devotional service?
I think Google only will give it. What do you think? Is there two different words, right? Renunciation. What is renunciation?
Renunciation means renouncing the result.
Okay. Renunciation means renouncing the results. And devotional service means?
transcendental love for Godhead.
Yeah. So both are different things, right? One is detachment, one is attachment.
What is the
Yeah.
difference between detachment from material nature and attachment to spiritual nature?
I think you are same questions only you are asking in a different ways. Don't you think there is a difference? Both are, see, you cannot ask like what is the difference between a cow and a bottle, water bottle. But those are different things. Spiritual uh, topics and material topics, they are 180-degree opposite. You know, so detachment to material things may not necessarily bring attachment to devotional service, but attachment to devotional service can bring detachment to material action, material things. Okay, like maybe in the simple sense I can tell. So people can be renunciate, but may not have any attachment to Krishna, may not be executing devotional service. But anyone who is executing devotional service, they know the art of utilizing everything in the service of the Lord. They actually don't see anything as material. Even Maharaj told Bhakti Charusha Maharaj was telling the same thing. They don't see anything as material. कि भाई ये तो यूज नहीं हो सकता भगवान के सेवा में. This element is the only element in the world which cannot be used. They don't see anything like that. Even if it is told in Shastra that devotees should stay away from women and money. But Grihasthas deal with women, deal with money. And still they know how to utilize them in the service of the Lord. So they don't see. Brahmacharis and sannyasis might see them as material. कि भाई, no women, no. Money, no. Grihasthas are smart. Okay, we'll go into that. We'll utilize that also in the service of the Lord. We'll make them devotees. We'll earn money and we will make temples. We'll make grand celebrations of festivals. We'll make it so grandeur that people will get attracted. So there are ways how to see. So people, devotees really, who are karma yogis, and when they grow up the ladder, bhakti yogis specifically at the end, karma yogis will go to jnana, then dhyana, and then finally bhakti yoga. So then they will understand nothing is material. Everything they will see as spiritual. Because they will only believe one thing, that even the Lord Ashirudakshay Vishnu is present in every atom, every molecule. So there cannot be existence of anything without the Lord. Then how can be anything material? Everything is spiritual. Okay. That is the stage of a Uttamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari might still see that, okay, this is matter, this is spirit, this is Krishna, this is Krishna's devotees, and they are not Krishna devotees, they are some other religion, they are this, they are that. Madhyamadhikari might differentiate. Uttamadhikaris won't differentiate at all. For them, everything is spiritual. There is only spirit for them. There is no matter. Okay. Anyone else would like to ask any question or share any point? Thank you, Girija Mataji, for joining. Lakshman Prabhu would have joined. I would have been more happy. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I'm
Hari
sorry
bol.
for
Lakshman
joining
Prabhu.
late, Prabhu.
Yeah, well,
Hmm.
one
My
question.
humble obeisances for joining late, Prabhu.
No, recording is there. You can hear. It's not missed. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Lakshman Prabhu.
Uh, this today's subject, we understood we grastas are the most powerful, the superior form to spread Krishna consciousness. Just in context of that, I wanted to understand when Prabhupada, that is the main example, like he is a grasta, and we follow him. When was the realization happened? Like he totally came out and he moved into full time, you know, into
If you
Krishna
read,
consciousness.
if you read Prabhupada's biography, you will come to understand that he was always in the mood of serving his spiritual master, even when he was in Grihastha ashram. However, the trigger of taking off, if you are asking about taking off the sannyas life, Okay. So that was the providence of the Lord. That was the arrangement or the plan of the Lord that came in because he repeatedly got dreams from his guru that he had to take up. He has to give more time to that. Okay. It was not like he was not. He was also giving time to devotional service and satisfying his goals, spiritual master goals, even in the Grihastha ashram. But the Lord wanted to make it fast. His guru wanted to make it fast, not uh, take more time. So he had to choose that ashram. And also, Prabhupada says this many a times that if your family is very much favorable, actually in Kali Yuga, it is difficult to take up sannyas and practice the principles of sannyas ashram. In Kali Yuga, it is very difficult. So in Kali Yuga, it is recommended that every one of them enter Grihastha ashram or they stay Brahmacharya ashram. But principles of sannyasa ashrams are very difficult, even more stricter than Brahmacharya ashram, I'll tell you. Okay, it is not similar. And and if the wife is favorable, husband is wife is favorable, family is favorable, do not take sannyasa ashram. Be in the Grihastha
Not
ashram
required.
and not required. So,
Bro,
but Prabhupada's life was not like that. His wife was not very favorable. Even if she belonged from a Vaishnava family, he was not very much favorable. And that was also another trigger for him. And but mostly the major trigger was his gurus coming into dreams very frequently and thinking that, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping? So that comes when someone is deeply absorbed in the thoughts of pleasing the Guru Parampara, in thoughts of pleasing the Krishna. So those kind of instances start coming. Right now, because we have not that much absorbed, so the taste that we have for devotional service, sometimes it comes, like on our birthdays, it comes on auspicious days and auspicious months, we get triggers, attacks of doing devotional service in a heavy way. But it is not always like that. Or when we get some time and we see someone, or we hear a lecture which is very powerful, then the next day we are, in ecstasy to do all sort of services. But it doesn't remain the same. Um, so because that absorption is not very high all the time. So when that happens, I think then slowly, yeah, those kind of thoughts will come. However, it came to acharyas also. Yeah. But there is a very long way to go. For that, we have to really understand that my life is not my life. My life is my guru's life. When we can bring this, that my life is entirely my guru's life. I have surrendered, and whatever you say, I will follow. That kind of thing has come. Then yes, so that he brought in. Prabhupada brought in. Then only someone can take sannyas. Now that my life is yours life. Actually, sannyas is called as a kind of a suicide, material suicide, where you do not have any connections with anyone. In whatever you had, you are breaking everything and coming out of that cocoon, and you are only saying that Guru will pick and throw like this. Okay, I will be thrown there like this. Whatever he will engage me, I will be doing. Not asking a single question. मैं नाक रगड़ने के लिए ready हूँ बिना कोई प्रश्न किए बिना कोई सवाल. I am ready and I will be always ready till the last breath I have. So that kind of commitment is very different. We have to bring in that. But when we practice our Grihastha ashram nicely in this Krishna consciousness and all, maybe there is an opportunity that in the Vanaprastha we can have similar, you know, um, deep absorption to the instructions of Guru. वो प्रैक्टिस करने से ही आता है प्रभु. वो धीरे धीरे the outcome of our sadhana is seva. The outcome of deep absorption in seva will be more seva. Then again more absorption in that will give us realizations, and then more surrender will increase, more faith will increase. It is like that. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu, for asking. I hope you got your
Yeah.
answer. Any other question anyone has? Okay, so today we have shared the Purushottam tracker. We are late, sorry for that. So please fill your sadhana tracking in the Purushottam sheet that is already pinned in the groups. Utilize that. Okay. If there are no questions, then we'll stop the session here. Thank you all for joining. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। थैंक यू ऑल। हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम।